the top left of Ephemeron, playing for the Platinum Heroes, it's the blue Protoss, Ash. And in the bottom right, as the green Zerg, for Risen Amateur, it's Mumbles the Madman. There's a playoff spot on the line for both teams. One will be relegated to losing the season, while the other moves on for a chance at the finals. This is the final season match of the Validity Team League. And I'm your caster today, Renegade. Welcome one, welcome all. I'd also like to give a very special shout out to Risen's player Mumbles. He lost a finger 3 days ago. He had to get it reattached surgically, and he's here today playing for the team. Asked him many times, did he want to clap out? Would it cause him pain, or, you know, would it worsen the injury whatsoever? But he's here. He's assured me he's good to go. So win or lose, shout out to Mumbles for his dedication to the game of StarCraft. Mumbles throws down an Evo chamber right in the face of the probe. Ash, swollen off back at home, going for a macro play. I mean, Ash knows what's up, right? Ash knows what's coming his way. He saw a pool, he saw an Evo chamber. That can only mean some form of +1 timing. He even sees the Evo chamber wiggling a little bit. How does he react? It looks like he's sticking to an Adept opener. He's throwing down 2 shield batteries at the front. This is a good start, but he's gonna need to start a Robo in case of Nidus. Mumbles actually starting that +1 before link speed, so this might not be Nidus. It's gonna go link speed second. We'll have to see if there's a lair. 2 shield batteries at the front are definitely going to shore up this defense. Mumbles continuing to drone as well. Stalker Sentry coming up next for Ash. The Robo is finished. Additional gateway adding on. Reacting to this really well, but Mumbles grabs a Roachmorn. He sees the wall off, he sees the double shield battery. He's adapting as the game goes on. He is going to let +1 finish, but I think this is going to be Roach Ravager with a +1 link follow-up. He's throwing 2 spine crawlers at the front as well. But this is almost certainly aggression, as Mumbles has not expanded past the 4-minute mark. I think Ash needs to scout in again and figure this out. Well, is it though? Okay, alright, Mumbles going for a third base. Mumbles with the Overlord speed upgrade, zooming, scouting, booming. Mumbles is going for a lair. Very nice transition here from Mumbles, given that he was scouted. Not going for the +1 link attack against the double shield battery. I guess trying to take it into a more standard game. Ash hitting a third base. Actually, one of the Adepts blocking off the second pylon, so the Nestle against the Nexus not going to be the greatest there. Mumbles did scout that the Protoss grabbed a third. And again, the ball is in the Zerg's court, whether he wants to get aggressive or he wants to take a fourth. Given the lair and given the Ravager count, I think he's looking to get aggressive. is an Immortal out, but the Robo has stopped producing things for Ash. A Warp Prism could make this defense all the stronger if Mumbles chooses to push out, but it looks like he's droning hard. 10 drones in their eggs, getting ready to pop. Infestation pit down as well. Ash with a hallucinated Phoenix Scout. Going to finally check on what the Zerg 2, and Mumbles actually going for a 4th. I don't know how I feel about this play. Ash has had his 3rd Nexus up and running for some time. Now, granted, this is a pretty normally timed 4th. Mumbles going into Infestor, actually. Been watching some of that WCS hype. Maybe going Blurred Lord Infestor eventually, but he does have Burrow on the way as well. Roach speed almost finished. We'll have to see if he goes for that tunneling clause, but both players being very, very, very passive in this game considering the openings. Those of you in the chat, I'll check chat after the game. As this is a cast, keep in mind there is also a 90-second delay, but really glad to see all of you here. Charge about halfway finished for Ash. Fly block alleviating. More Immortals hitting the field. Significant amount of Zealots. Charge not quite on the field. Mumbles going for Neural Parasite. This is a very interesting, neat composition out of Mumbles. Ash with the Warp Prism, finally going to charge in at the 8-minute mark. Couple slow Zealots. Mumbles has yet to react, though. There's some pretty large amounts of damage on this hatchery. I think Mumbles will clean this up, but this hatch is going to be in the red. Unless they go after the Roachers, then it's going to be in the orange. Ash moves the Warp Prism to the other side. Going to get another Warp in. Maybe harass into the natural. Storm started up as well. Both these players wanting to take this into the late game. Hey, thanks so much for the follow, Blitzed. Ash looking to take a 4th, but Mumbles ready to move in, ready to strike. He's down 6 army supply, but some of that army supply is in Zealots. Ready to counterattack Mumbles, and these Infestors have a decent amount of energy. Ash taking some casualties. Mumbles on 90 workers with a huge bank behind this, but not producing Overlords is going to be supply blocked. Fungal growths on the charge lots could be massive. Oh no! Oh, the move command! Oh my god, the Roaches aren't fighting! Charge lots, get the surrounds! Everything's going to go down. Infested Terrans, or Infestors only get a single fungal growth off. Mumbles in a little bit of trouble. He does have 4,000 minerals and 1,000 gas in the bank, so he can replenish. He's going to go for 9 Roaches, and he's going into Muta as well, but 2 Archons with this army, plus the Stalkers. I mean, those Muta might not get a lot of damage. Armor and weapons behind this attack. The Spines going down without anything to fight with them. Couple Roaches get caught out. Charge lots are in on the drone line. Mutalisks come to help fight. One Stalker does get picked off, but these Archons shredding the Mutalisk. Down goes the natural. Mumble staying in it. He does still have that large bank, but the Mutas not targeting the low shield Archon. Both go down without any damage. The Lair, hugely under threat. Excuse me, the Hive, hugely under threat. At half health, Mumbles trying to remake the Roach Warren elsewhere, trying to remake his tech. Maybe spend some of that bank. But Ash, with a pretty large bank himself, at 173 supply, picks off the pool, picks off the Spire. Is rounding on the third of Mumbles. Mumbles did make another hatch behind this as well, but this is really hard to pull back from as a Zerg. "22 drones have gone down for Mumbles. The Protoss on an 80 worker economy. Mumbles playing his heart out. Knows the stakes are risen. Is doing his absolute best to hold this. But I think Ash is just a little bit too much. GG, well played is called. And the Platinum Heroes take map number 1.